Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Maternity Monday. I'm Dr. Valerie, and I'm here with Dr. Dali. Today's episode might surprise some of you because we're talking about one of the most overlooked factors in fertility, pregnancy, and postpartum recovery: men.
Yes, that's right. Too often, the focus is entirely on the woman when it comes to preconception care. But we forget sometimes that fertility is a 50-50 equation. And the truth is that the health of the father has a huge impact, not just for conception, but for pregnancy outcomes and even postpartum. And we are going to talk about the male role and how it really looks like before pregnancy, during pregnancy, and even after your baby's born. So if you're a couple trying to conceive or thinking about it in the future, this is for you.
So let's start with preconception. Most people don't realize it, but sperm health play a huge, big role as egg health when it comes to conception.
Yes, absolutely. And we're talking about sperm quality, motility, morphology, the DNA integrity. These are all critical. And the poor sperm health can lead to a failed implantation, miscarriage, morning sickness, preeclampsia, gestational diabetes, or even developmental issue later on. The sperm counts have been dropping by more than 50% in the last few decades, and they are going down every year, more and more and more. And here's the thing, sperm regenerates every 72 to 90 days. So that means that within 3 months, a man can completely change his sperm quality with the right lifestyle shifts. So that's good news. Like you can start doing today things that can impact your sperm and it's going to get better in just 3 months. So
Yep.
you can change now what you're doing and your sperm can improve. And we usually focus so much on the egg, but sperm carry half of the genetic. So they are also responsible for forming the placenta. And if the sperm is not healthy, the placenta may not even develop properly.
Yes. So think about that. The placenta support the baby for an entire pregnancy. So if a man health it's compromised for poor sleep, nutrition deficiency, toxin exposure, stress, those things directly impact the pregnancy from day one. So this is why both parents should start preparing their bodies together, ideally 3 to 6 months before trying to conceive. So there's some tips for healthy sperm that we can talk about, like prioritize a healthy lifestyle. Do let's say diet. So had a good diet, healthy, not fast food or fried food, organic food. Um, Exercise, so you can do any kind of exercise. It could be just for 20 minutes, but you're like moving your body. It could be just walking or jogging or any kind of exercise that you want to do. And a stress management, exercise usually is going to help as well with the stress management, immense. The second thing is avoiding harmful substances like smoking, alcohol, drugs, and steroids. Heat. Avoid prolonged exposure to heat, such as hot tubs, saunas, and tight clothing. Avoiding putting your phone in your pockets, as it can negatively affect the sperm production. So, a lot of the time, we saw a lot of men walking with the cell phone in the front pocket. So, it's like you're putting that heat directly to the sperm, so it will damage the sperm. The 13, it's maintaining healthy weight. And the 4, it's visit a chiropractor.
Yes, chiropractic can help with everything.
Yes.
Now let's just talk about pregnancy, how a man's role will help in pregnancy. So it doesn't end after conception, it's just the beginning of the work. And physically, the sperm's contribution to placenta health continues to influence outcomes like preeclampsia, like I mentioned, miscarriages risk, fetal growth. But emotionally, the presence and support of your partner can make a break a women's stress levels.
Yeah, we know that chronic stress affect cortisol level, which impact fetal development. So when dads are emotionally engaged, supporting, and involved, it is a win for both mom and the baby. So showing up for appointment, asking questions, participating in planning, these things might seem small, but they help mom feel more supportive and safe. So it is also about shared responsibility. Pregnancy is not a solo event, it is a team effort. So when both parents are invested, the whole journey becomes more grounded, connected, and empowering.
Yes, for sure. And now let's talk about when baby arrives. Now the fun begins. But again, postpartum is not just about mom and baby. That's a very important piece of that puzzle too. So their role here is huge. Fathers go through hormonal shifts too, even though we don't think about it, or even sometimes we don't even know about it. But their testosterone will drop, oxytocin will increase. So when they engage in caregiving, that's a natured way of encouraging bonding. But when men stay disconnected or are physically present but emotionally absent, mom feel the pressure of doing it all. And that's when the burnout, resentment, and even postpartum depression can happen when they do not feel communicating and they don't feel the support of the partner. That's very important to have their partner for.
So study has shown that maternal mental health improves significantly when fathers are involved in early on. And long-term kids with engaged dads tend to be better socialized emotionally and academically. And let's not forget the postpartum period is also a healing window for moms. So having a supportive parent, it will impact emotional, physical, and logistically can make all the difference.
Yes. At the end of the day, fertility, pregnancy, parenting are not just women's responsibility.
Yes.
And it's a shared journey, and the male factor matters more than people think. And I don't like when I hear, oh, he's so good, he helps you so much. They are not helping, they are the dads. So it's their job too.
Yep.
For me, it's like, oh, he's not helping, he's a dad. Like, yeah. Why do not say the opposite? Like, oh, she's helping you. No, it's like
Yep.
moms is the only job that they have. No, men is important. They have a role in all of this, and they're not helping. They are doing their job. So if you're planning to have a baby or you have been struggling with fertility, this is your sign to include the male partner in the preconception care or in pregnancy and postpartum in every aspect of this season. So, a healthier sperm, better pregnancy outcomes, stronger postpartum recovery. It's all connected.
Yes. So if you have any questions about male factor in any of these seasons, let us know in the comments. If your partner has been a superman, let us know too. We love to hear great stories as well. Thanks for tuning in Maternity Monday, and we will see you next week.
Bye. See you next week.